Hey DIY friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Today I'm going to be using this wood piece, a candle holder that I found at Target for $9.99, and some acrylic paints to make a faux marble pedestal stand. I'm using these colors that you see here. I'm using 3 shades of light gray, a white, and a beige. I will also be using this fine grit sandpaper to sand my piece down before I begin painting. I also used a small roller from the Dollar Tree, some paint brushes, and some feathers that I got at Hobby Lobby. And so after I sanded my wood piece lightly and wiped it with a lint-free cloth, I took the white paint and I rolled it on the top of the wood piece. And I felt that this was going to give it a much smoother look on top, which is what I wanted, rather than just using the brushes on it. So I'm rolling the top. I did 2 coats on the top when I rolled it. And now here I'm just painting with a smaller paintbrush that I got at Hobby Lobby, just in the painting section there. And I'm painting the sides. You want to make sure you paint the sides. I also painted the bottom of my piece before I got started. That was what I started on because I may be putting this up high and I wanted to do both sides of it. So I'm taking a feather and I'm just dragging in an uneven way and making lines to make a marble effect. I had a piece that I had taken a picture of that's in my upstairs bathroom that I kind of went off of. I used that as my guide as to how I wanted my marble to look. And as you can see, as I'm dragging it, it isn't perfect, and that's okay because I'm going to go back and I'm going to dilute it with water, which is what I'm doing right here. I'm taking my fine paintbrush and I've dipped it in water, and now I'm just spreading that paint out. And this is the darkest color that I had. I started with that one. And also notice that I'm making sure to get the sides of the piece too, because when you have something that's marbleized, it goes down the side of the piece also, not just on the top. So if you wanted to have that true marble effect, then you want to make sure that you do the sides also. And so I'm just diluting it with the water and I'm feathering it out. And now I'm taking a plastic bag and I'm blotting it. And I'm just giving it kind of a muted look that marble has, because it doesn't have that stark paint look. It has kind of a muted, almost like it's, I don't know, I've heard people say like it's underwater or kind of blurry effect to it. And then now I'm going to be adding my second color, which is the second lighter color that I have. So I'm adding this color and I'm just kind of following the same line that I followed before, kind of like a shadow of it. And I'm doing the same thing over here, dragging that and doing the same thing. And I'm going to add one more shadow right there. And you see it's kind of lighter, a little more subtle. And I put one more over here. I also ended up adding one. Do you see where it's kind of white there on the left? I did end up going back and putting another line kind of drug across there to fill in that area a little bit. You don't see it in this video, but I did, when I finished the piece, before I sprayed it, I did decide that I needed another spot there to be darkened and marbleized. And so I did that also. I just wanted to make you aware of that. Now I'm taking my fine paintbrush and I'm taking that beige color and I'm just adding a couple dots that are like little flecks here and there on my piece. And these I'm going to be just dabbing with the plastic bag. I'm not diluting them with water. I'm just kind of muting them with the plastic bag here. And now I'm going to take my, this is my granite gray, so I used a different color gray. This is almost a blue gray, and I am adding a couple more flecks in different spots, excuse me. And I'm going to be dabbing that again. For a list of all my colors and materials, I will be putting those up on my blog website, which is bargainbluebird.com, and I will link to that below in the description box so that you can see all the colors that I used. And now I'm just going over it one more time with water, and I'm going to blot it one more time with the bag, and I should be good to go pretty soon. Next, I'm going to be sanding the whole piece down one more time with this fine grit sandpaper, and then the next thing I'll be doing is taking it outside to spray it with this clear gloss sealant. Okay, my sealant's on, my piece has dried, and this is how it looks. I do want to show you that to the right, I did add one more stripe to it, and also I did do the bottom because I may be putting this piece up high, and so I wanted both sides done. Now I'm going to glue it. And as you can see, I'm taking this, I decided to use the Gorilla Glue again because that's what I had on hand, and I'm going to glue around the lip of the top of the candle holder because it sits up a little bit higher. Okay, so now I'm ready to take my faux marble piece and I'm ready to center it on my pedestal, and I'm going to do that right now, and I'm just making sure it's centered, and then I'm just going to apply some pressure and hold it there for a couple minutes and then let it dry. And here is my pedestal stand, faux marble. It turned out really well. I love it. I love the subtle colors. I don't really like a really bold marble, and so I'm very happy with the way this turned out. The gloss coat gives it a nice shine, and I'm ready to use it in my home. And here is my finished pedestal stand. I'm really happy with